Well, Australia has faced its first Ebola scare in decades after a man showed up at Melbourne Emergency Department with symptoms of the deadly virus. Thankfully, he's since been cleared. It's understood the man had recently travelled near the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Uganda, where an alarming outbreak is underway. For more, we're joined by infectious diseases expert, Professor Paul Griffin. Good morning to you. Talk us through how health authorities manage this suspected case.
Yes, it's very clear we need to be prepared. Even though we've never had a case in Australia and at the moment the global risk is low, we're going to see circumstances like this where it needs to be considered and managed well. And that's indeed what happened. This person, as you mentioned, had been to the area where we're seeing a large number of cases, had potentially compatible symptoms, but fortunately this was considered as a diagnosis and that the plan was enacted and this person isolated whilst awaiting for test results that happened quickly. So this is a good example of how it's managed well, and we need to make sure the rest of the country is similarly prepared.
OK, so just to be clear, he had symptoms, they thought it could be Ebola, and then they sprung into action.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's very likely we won't see a case here. The global risk is still low and never seen a case here. But it does need to be considered because if we do, we want to make sure it's managed well. And that's exactly what happened here. It's probably something much more common that accounted for that person's symptoms, but we certainly don't want to be surprised and not consider it at the outset. And that's what happened here. And that's what we need our entire health system to be ready to do. Even though we probably won't see a case, we want to make sure that each and every suspected case is managed as well as this.
Right, so then they did all the tests and isolated him, etc., and then the tests revealed he didn't have it. The US has closed its border to non-citizens coming from affected nations in Africa. Should Australia do the same?
No, at the moment, the global risk is still considered as very low. We do have border security processes that are very good at if people do come to our country unwell. And at the moment, this is fairly geographically constrained in terms of where it is. We do need to make sure that the whole world provides the assistance needed to get this under control. It's a terrible illness causing a huge death toll there. And at the moment, we probably still haven't found the majority of cases. So to make sure it does stay contained and to get on top of it quickly, we do need to invest the resources to do that. But at the moment, I think broader border closures are not necessary.
OK, thank you, Paul.